What's up, guys? My name is Kovo. I'm here for another one of our PCS5 player interviews, and this time I'm joined by the awesome Keenan from Spacestation Gaming.
Hey, excited to be here.
So I wanted to start this one off, Keenan, with a bit of a personal question. Everyone's of course talking about how you guys have improved so much over the last few weeks, and I wanted to know how was the time when you guys were struggling pretty hard? How was that for you as a player?
I think with our team, just personally, and also speak a little bit for my teammates, all four of us have been around the scene for a long time. We've had a lot of highs, a lot of tournament wins. Roth placing well on the global stage, and Uncivil and Sharp and me, and we've all won tournaments, so we're used to winning and we're used to success. And I think the little couple months that we had, wasn't necessarily awful, but we definitely had our struggles here and there. It's rough to go through it, but I think the main thing is we just continue to look at the long-term goal, which was making PGC and just improving, using each event like, hey, you lose the game, how can we improve from that? So it's always just a learning process.
Yeah, especially with PUBG, right? Where you learn something new every game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is a question that I like to ask teams when I have them here for an interview. It gives a bit of perspective. Where would you place your team in the Americas region?
I think in the Americas, there's been a really consistent, obviously, three-man, big powerhouse teams of Sonics, Oath, TSM. I think we're right in that 4, 5, 6 pack, right on that borderline. Honestly, we could easily swing with any of the top teams. Like, we can win a 4v4 with Sonics or both or TSM. It just comes down to consistency for us. We've made some changes recently, and we're working on our consistency and just trying to bring that to every single game. But yeah, just right now, due to the fact that we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to, I'd put us in like the 4, 5, 6 region.
Talking about consistency is a good point. In the current format, it is a huge sort of duty on your team to close out the games that you should win, to close out the games where you have a good position to play it out from. How do you as a team make sure you win those games that you're supposed to win?
Honestly, with the change in the format and MC, obviously getting your wins when you're fed or you're gifted is very important, right? Because say you play a best of 12, you might only have really two really good opportunities to win a game. So really the difference between the good teams and the bad teams is, do you win the games that you should? I think earlier in the year we were struggling with closing out some games. I think we're just a very aggressive team in nature, and that got the better of us at times. A little bit of overextension here or there can make you lose a player, and then that's going to decrease your odds. I think lately we've done a very good job of just picking what fights are important, prioritizing the stronger teams, figuring out what team we need to kill to win the game and let other teams fight each other and take each other out. And then obviously just prioritizing our lives. Like, it's really just a matter of survival in the late game and just trying to bring 4 up into the last fight so you have a numbers advantage.
Is that eternal question of like, how do you keep 4 alive? And if you solve that question, you win PUBG, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really a game of survival right now.
It is. Now, obviously, everyone's been talking about Oatless coming to the team and you guys having a bit of an upswing, really, ever since you joined. But I was wondering, is there maybe something that the team can bring to Oatless? Is there something that he picked up from you guys that you had to sort of teach him? Or is there something like that for SSG?
I think our team plays a little bit more fast-paced compared to a lot of teams that Oatless has been on in the past. Oatless, honestly, is one of probably the most gifted mechanical players in all of the Americas region. And he has experience, but he is a young player. And with that comes some more rush tendencies, stuff like that. So I think him getting used to our play style, just getting used to our team environment and the synergy that comes with that and playing together, he's gotten better the more and more we play with him. And I'm really excited to see how much he can grow because, yeah, he's a really young, talented player, and I'm excited for the future with him.
I have another question to sort of close us out here.
Yeah.
And obviously, everyone's looking at PGC. You guys, you're currently in third in PCS5. If you hold on to third, you're pretty much going to PGC. If you have a bad last week, you might not make it. How does that affect you as a team? Is that a motivation or is that a pressure on you? How do you feel about that?
I think for some teams you can kind of feel like the pressure. Obviously everybody knows what's at stake. It's PGC, and that's why we're playing the game. Everybody wants to get to Worlds and have a chance to compete against the best in the world. But I think right now for us, I think just throughout scrims and practice and even in real tournament games, I think we've been a lot more consistent than we have in the past. And I think mostly right now it's just the confidence to know, hey, we're going to go out and we're going to win our 1 game a day at the minimum, and we're going to put up the kill numbers to go along with it. I think our first 2 weeks are evidence of that. We've been very consistent across the board. I don't really feel a lot of pressure for us. I can't speak for everybody on my team, but I think we're pretty confident right now. We're excited to close out this last week and try to get that last spot.
Speaking about PGC, maybe one more question. How do you feel like Americas as a region differs from like a global of it? Like let's step apart from the fact that obviously the best teams only go to Worlds, but like
Yeah.
what would you say is very special about Americas as a region?
I think Americas is a very, I wouldn't really necessarily say underrated region, but I think the top core of the teams who have been at the top of Americas for a very long time, like you look at a lot of these teams like Sonics, TSM, etc., and even like, the mid-range pack teams like Dignitas, ourselves, Gascans, etc. A lot of those teams have players that have been in that region for like multiple years and have been on the same teams with each other for a long time, right? So if you look at our top teams, we have guys that have just been playing together for the last 2-3 years of comp, and they have a lot of experience together. And then when you bring that to a global stage, those are the small things that either make or break a team, having that experience with each other, being able to battle through adversity, etc. So I think Americas is pretty unique in that aspect.
Yeah, I think we saw that come into effect at PGI, or PGIS, I should say, where a lot of people wouldn't expect the Americas to perform so well, and Sonics and Zenith obviously coming in clutch there. Cool, that was super nice. Is there anything more? Is there any shout outs you have? Anything more you want to add, or anyone you
I
want to
guess
greet?
just to close it out, shout out to all the Spacestation Gaming fans that support us, all the friends and family who watch the games back home, and everybody who just watches PUBG, and yeah, that's about it.
Hope you have a good rest of the evening, and good luck in the last week of PCS, Keenan.
All right, man. Appreciate it.